Hi friends, in this video we will see a pointing theorem. We'll learn about the pointing theorem and we see what is meant by a pointing vector, pointing theorem and pointing vector. Now let me remind you what we have discussed in the last video. In the last video we have discussed basically the three topics. One is the modified Ampere's law for time varying fields. Modified Ampere's law for time varying fields. Secondly, we have seen continuity equation. What is meant by a continuity equation and how to derive the continuity equation. And in the third stage, we have seen what is meant by a displacement current or displacement current density and how it is related to conduction current density in case of a medium which contains both conducting part as well as dielectric part, right? These are the three things which we discussed in the last video. Now we will see a pointing vector or pointing theorem. See what this pointing theorem or pointing vector gives us. Okay, let me keep the heading pointing theorem. Pointing theorem. Okay, it gives us the amount of power. It gives us the amount of power or power density, we can call it as a power density, leaving a medium, leaving a region. So it gives us the power or amount of power density leaving a region, right? This is the pointing theorem. Later we will see the statement of the pointing theorem. Once it is derived, we will see the statement later. In order to understand the pointing theorem, we need to take because see, when I want to have the power generated, if the power has to be generated, if the power has to be generated from a medium, we need to have time varying, we need to have time varying electromagnetic field. We need to have a time varying electromagnetic field, right? We need to have a time varying electromagnetic field in order to find the power generated. So how can I give the time varying electromagnetic field? We need to take the equations of time varying fields. We know that the one equation for time varying fields is del bar cross E bar is equal to minus dou B by dou T. We know that this is the first equation. Let me go to the next equation, which is del bar cross H bar is equal to J bar, which is the conduction current density. So conduction current density can be given by sigma E bar plus JD bar, displacement current density. Displacement current density means dou D bar by dou T. This is the second equation. Let us assume this as second equation. These two are the Maxwell equations that are suitable for time varying electromagnetic field. Here we have time varying magnetic field and here we have time varying electric field, right? Now I am just dot product, see, right? I am just modifying this equation. So dotting the equation 2 equation 2 with E bar. I am making the equation 2, means I am making the dot product for the equation 2. So if I make the dot product, I will get E bar dot del bar cross H bar is equal to, see, I can take this as sigma E bar dot E bar is E square. So I am writing this as sigma E square directly, magnitude of E whole square. And here, how can I write D bar? I can write D bar as epsilon E bar. Is it right? As epsilon is a constant, I can take it out from the differentiation. So you will get epsilon into E bar dot, as I am making the dot product with E bar on both sides, you will get epsilon E bar dot dou E bar by dou T. In order to know the value of this equation, let me use a vector identity. Okay, so here, using the vector identity, what is that vector identity? So let me take that vector identity as, okay, so I am taking that vector identity as del bar dot A bar cross B bar. So the value of this according to vector identity is B bar dot del bar cross A bar minus A bar dot del bar cross B bar. Right? Now in place of A bar, take in place of A bar H bar, whereas in place of B bar E bar. If you take this equation is converted like this. This vector identity is converted like this. So del bar dot H bar cross E bar, right, is equal to, what is B bar? B bar is E bar. So E bar dot del bar cross H bar minus H bar dot del bar cross E bar. Just by replacing A with H, B with E, you will get this equation from the vector identity, right? Now from this equation, how can I get E bar dot, see, I want to know from the vector identity what is E bar dot del bar cross H bar, and it is equal to del bar dot H bar cross E bar, del bar dot H bar cross E bar. By sending this term to LHS, you will get H bar dot del bar cross E bar. Okay, just I have taken a vector identity like this. Now from the third equation, see, let us consider this equation as the third equation. From third, E bar dot del bar cross, in place of E bar dot del bar cross H bar, okay, right, I am writing here, from third, E bar dot del bar cross H bar is equal to E bar dot del bar cross H bar. E bar dot del bar cross H bar is equal to, from third, sorry, I am writing again here, no need to write here. In place of E bar dot del bar cross H bar, what I can substitute? Sigma E square. So in place of this, I am substituting sigma E square plus epsilon E bar dot dou E bar by dou T plus epsilon E bar dot dou E bar by dou T, and it is equal to del bar dot H bar cross E bar plus H bar dot, What is del cross E? Del cross E is minus dou B bar by dou T. We have seen from equation 1. From equation 1, in place of del bar cross E bar, we can substitute minus dou B by dou T and send this term also here, so that you will have three terms in the RHS, one term in the LHS, which is del bar dot H bar cross E bar is equal to, right? Is it right? And it is equal to sigma E square plus epsilon E bar dot dou E bar by dou T plus, here B can be written as, mu H bar, right? So if you substitute mu H bar here, you will get mu H bar dot dou H bar by dou T. Let me know what is E bar dot dou E bar by dou T. How can I write this? See, in order to understand this, I am taking a small example. Let us assume H bar. Small example. H bar is equal to, let us take this as 2xt Ax bar. As H and E are time varying fields, I am taking this as 2xt Ax bar. Now, what is dou H bar by dou T? If H bar is 2xt Ax bar, dou H bar by dou T is 2x Ax bar, the differentiation of this. Now, I want to know this value, H bar dot dou H bar by dou T. If I know this value, I can know this value also, E bar dot dou E bar by dou T. So, what is H bar dot dou H bar by dou T? It is equal to 2xt Ax bar. What is H bar? 2xt Ax bar dot, what is dou H bar by dou T? 2x Ax bar. If you make these two dot product, Ax bar dot Ax bar will gives you 1. So it is 4, 2 into 2, 4 x square T. This is the value of H bar dot dou H bar by dou T. Let me understand whether, how can I find dou by, or what is the value of dou by dou T of H bar dot H bar. Let me know this value now. As I have determined H bar dot dou H bar by dou T as 4x square T, how can I get this value? I can get this value as dou by dou T of the magnitude square, right? So H bar dot H bar is magnitude of H whole square. So it comes out to be 4x square T square. Now what is this value? 4x square 2T. Okay, T square differentiation is 2T. So it is 8x square T. Now what is the relation between these two? When you multiply H bar dot dou H bar by dou T with 2, you will get this. Or I can write here, by seeing these two equations, let us consider this equation as A and this equation as B, right? Now how can I write the relation between A and B? So from equations A and B, I can write A is equal to B by 2, which indicates that H bar dot dou H bar by dou T can be written as dou 1 by 2 times dou by dou T of H square. H bar dot H bar is H square. So I am writing this. So in place of now in place of H bar dot dou H bar by dou T, what I can substitute? 1 by 2 dou by dou T of H square. Similarly, in place of E bar dot dou E bar by dou T, what I can substitute? 1 by 2 dou by dou T of E square. Now let me write another equation by including these terms. new equation in the fresh page. So del bar dot h bar cross E bar, del bar dot h bar cross E bar is equal to sigma E square plus 1 by 2 dou by dou t of, is it right, h square mu, I forgot mu, plus epsilon by 2 dou by dou t of E square. Is it right or not? Now just reversing these two, I am just writing equation again. By reversing these two, I will get del bar dot E bar cross H bar. By reversing these two, del bar dot E bar cross H bar is equal to, you will get the negative sign for each and everything. So it is minus sigma E square and minus half, I can write this as, let me put like this, minus dou by dou t of half mu h square and minus dou by dou t of half epsilon E square, right? Now by taking volume integral, see this is nothing but ohmic laws. Ohmic laws. See why it is called as ohmic laws? Because ohmic laws is like IR square. The equivalent of IR square is sigma E square. Sigma E square. Now this is ohmic laws, and what is this? It is the rate of change of, we have seen this in our video where we derived energy density or the magnetic energy density dWm by dV. We derived this as half mu h square, and the energy density in electric field dWe by dV, we derived this as half epsilon E square, right? This is called as energy density in electric fields. Similarly, this is called as energy density in magnetic fields, right? So this will give us dou by dou t means rate of change, and as it has a negative sign, so it is rate of change of energy density, rate of change of energy density. And what is this? Rate of change of energy density in magnetic field, and it is rate of, instead of writing rate of change of, I want to write directly rate of decrease of energy density in magnetic fields, and this is rate of decrease of energy density in electric fields, and this is ohmic laws, and this is called as power density. This is called as power density. Okay, now let me modify this equation, taking the volume integral on both sides, See, if it is energy density, if you take the volume integral, you will get the energy, and this you will get the energy, and here you will get the ohmic laws for the entire volume, right? Let me keep in the next page. If you take the volume integral, it is converted like this: del bar dot E bar cross H bar dV is equal to volume integral of minus sigma E square dV. Okay, let me keep minus separately, minus, I am writing minus here, and minus dou by dou t of volume integral of half epsilon E square dV, and minus dou by dou t of volume integral of half mu h square dV, right? So by applying the divergence theorem, applying divergence theorem, it is converted as closed surface integral of del bar dot some vector dV. So it is that vector E bar cross H bar dot ds bar. Okay, so this gives us the power leaving a surface, the amount of power leaving a surface is equal to, what is this? Ohmic losses with a negative sign. And what is this? Plus, first one is rate of decrease of electric energy plus rate of decrease of magnetic energy, electric energy minus ohmic losses. This is the power leaving a surface. This is called as integral form of this equation, or this equation is called as integral form of Poynting theorem, right? So now I want to write the statement. So Poynting theorem states that the total power leaving a surface, is equal to sum of decrease in magnetic energy and electric energy minus ohmic losses. Okay, this is called as Poynting theorem. See, in order to make the power to leave from a region, there we must have the magnetic energy reduction, electric energy reduction minus ohmic losses, right? This is called as Poynting theorem. And what is Poynting vector? Poynting vector is P bar is equal to E bar cross H bar. This is called as Poynting vector. Right? This is called as Poynting vector. Now, how can we call this as the power? This product, how can we call this as power? Because if you observe E is having the units of volt per meter, whereas H is having the units of ampere per meter. So E cross H will have the units of volt ampere per meter square. What is meant by volt ampere? Volt ampere is the power by meter square, right? So E bar cross H bar will gives us the power per area, which means watt per meter square. So the unit of Poynting vector is watt per meter square, because E unit is volt per meter, H unit is ampere per meter. So the combined unit is VA per meter square. So power per meter square, watt per meter square. If I know P bar and take that P bar surface integral of P bar dot ds bar, it gives me power, because it is watt per meter square into meter square will gives us power. This is called as Poynting theorem, okay, and Poynting vector. In this way we can understand the statement of Poynting theorem and Poynting vector. Okay, so this is mainly the basis for communication lines, basis for communication systems, because the energy from sending end to receiving end, basis for communication systems, because the energy from sending end to receiving end, if it is sending end and receiving end, the energy is transmitted with the help of electromagnetic wave. So that electromagnetic wave contains the electric field as well as the magnetic fields at right angles to each other. Okay, so this is about this class. If you have any doubts, valid doubts, please post them in the comment section. Thank you very much for listening to this video.